सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै।
Hey. It has been a minute. It's been a minute, but check this out. I was thinking about something, When it comes to the whole religion of things, I know it was one verse that's been like stuck with me for like a few weeks now. And that verse is, love covereth all sin. Love covereth all sin. And that's a beautiful thing. And I was thinking about it, like love covereth all sin. Like really, what does that mean? When I start thinking about the laws, the commandments, the instructions of Allah, the instructions of God, and I'm like, love covereth all sin. Love covereth all sin. And I think I figured it out. If you look at the Bible, or even the Quran, both have a similar understanding, and that is love. Love will defeat all sin. All wickedness in the earth is the result of people not having love for one another, people not considering the next person, people not loving their neighbors as they love themselves. Truly, because we don't have love of self. We're not in tune with that understanding of true love. Because true love would not allow what is going on in the earth today. Love will not allow that. So in the Bible, it talks about 10 commandments. And these 10 commandments are written in the book of Exodus chapter 20 and also the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 5. And I want to read off these commandments because most of the commandments is about loving the next person, having respect for the next individual, having love for your family members, for your neighbors, for the people in your community, and not violating them, in such a way that brings about, wickedness within your character. It's just, it's just the appropriate way that you should conduct yourself within a family, nation, companionship. This will help eliminate a lot of evil and sin and wickedness if you consider all your actions with love on the forefront of whatever you do. Because once you put love in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your actions, this will eliminate the sin within you. But also, it will not cause you to sin against someone else, especially Allah, especially the Most High, especially God. So, reading off these commandments, starting off, it speaks on the first commandment. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right, so I brung you out of a tragic situation. You were slaves. And I brung you out of that. Nobody else saved you. I saved you. So, automatically someone that saves you, you love them. They just saved your life. They just saved you from some pain and hardship. You don't love the person who saves you? It's crazy. But this is a part of, I'm going to rescue you so you can love me. And really that's what it is. I'm going to rescue you so you can love me. Basically. Then it goes on to say, thou shalt not make thee any graven images of anything, of any likeness of any kind that's in heaven above, or that's in the earth beneath, or that's in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord, am a jealous God. I just basically love me and only me. Don't make something to love. Love me. Love me. Don't turn something into an idol, be it a book, a pen, a ring, whatever, some beads. Don't turn that into an idol and love that more than you love me. And it says, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandment. So, not making an idol to God, loving Allah, not creating some type of image to represent Allah, but only loving the Spirit, the translucent Allah, the one you can see through, can't see, can't hear, can't smell, can't touch, but Allah is there, and that's what you are supposed to love, not the physical aspect that can be created as a God, but love God itself, which in essence is love, because you loving something that you can't see, smell, or taste, but you are supposed to love it. That's deep. That's a deep search for love, to love something that you don't even see, hear, touch, or taste. I mean, how can you love something that almost seems like it doesn't exist, but you're supposed to love it anyway because it does exist? And the existence of it is what you love. That's deep. I'm talking about love. Now it goes on to talk about within the Ten Commandments of what they call, the Jews call it the Torah, Christians call it the Bible. All right, so then it goes on to say, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh the name in vain. Vain is like worthlessness. I mean, to take something as worthless. I mean, to believe that something is worthless is really to have no love for it, because whatever you love, you are invested in that. You want to protect what you love. You don't want to see it hurt or damaged or anything. You want to put total protection on what you love because you love it. So you wouldn't treat what you love as if it didn't mean anything or it was worthless. So to love God is, to love Allah is to never, in no circumstances, disrespect Allah in no means and in no manner. That's true love. Never to disrespect Allah is true love in its purest form. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it. As the Lord thy God commanded thee, 6 days thou shalt work and do all thy labor, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, and in it thou shalt do no work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy maidservant, nor thy manservant, nor thy ox, nor thy ass, nor thy any cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates. Remember that. He says, basically, don't overwork yourself and don't overwork your family. Don't overwork your servants, your employees. Don't overwork your animals. Don't overwork people that live among you that is not of you, that is not of your family, that is not of your tribe, that is not of your people, but they live among you. Don't overwork them. Don't enslave people. Don't constantly work yourself. Don't constantly work other people or animals or children for that matter. Why? To constantly expect someone to work, never giving them a break, never having the empathy or sympathy to think that this person might be tired, this person might get tired. You have no care about, the stability and the health and the well-being of this individual or animal because you're working it to death. That is wickedness. That is evil. That is not love. So even if a person works for you, you work for yourself, you have animals that work for you, you're not supposed to overwork. You're supposed to have some sympathy and empathy, some type of compassion and say, hey, take a break. Matter of fact, take a day off. On me. Don't do nothing. Why? Don't want to overwork you. That's not right. That's not right to overwork you. You have a life. You wasn't born just to work. That's not fair. Yeah, I have a company. I have a corporation. I have a business. I need employees. I need people to work my business. And my business is a 24-hour-a-day situation. But I'm not going to make you work 24 hours, 7 days a week for the rest of your life because I know you need the money, because I know you got to pay your bills, because I know you have to eat, because I know you have to clothe yourself and your children and your wife or whatever. So I'm taking advantage of the situation by overworking you for my benefit. That's totally illegal. That's not right. And that's not good manners for society. That's not a good way to be in life. That's going to promote wickedness and evil and exactly what's going on today. So this is why love and loving your neighbor and just having love in your heart, compassion to say, no, I can't do this to this individual. I can't do this to myself. I must love myself and give myself a day off just as much as I will give someone else a day off. That's all. And then he goes on to say, and remember that thou was a servant or a slave in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy God brought thee out through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. What's the next commandment of love? Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So, these are your parents. These are your creators. They came together and created you. And you're going to come into the world and you're going to disrespect your creators. If you don't have no respect for your mother or your father or both, you can never respect anyone in the world. if you disrespect your parents, you have disrespected yourself, and you have disrespected everyone else around you, and you will never have no respect. Never. Because you came into the world not having respect for the people who brought you into the world. So how can you have respect for what's in the world if you can't respect what brought you into the world? You can't have no love. Even if you don't love your parents, you don't love everybody in the world walking past you on a daily basis. You don't even know them. They're strangers. But respect and giving honor to the fact of is a part of love. Because you respect what you love. You don't disrespect what you love. Disrespect does not equate to love. That does not show the action of the meaning of love. No, you don't disrespect what you love. So respect has a loving factor to it. Honor, respect, it's the same thing. Honor, respect your parents. Honor your parents. And your days will be prolonged. Why? Because learning to honor them when they chastise you, when they punish you, when they beat you, when they wag the finger and guide you and tell you to do this, that, and the third, and you don't understand why, but you honor it and you respect it and you do it. And your days will be prolonged. Because they've been here before you. They just telling you what they have learned since they've been here. Hopefully they listen to their parents and had honor for them. And all they're doing is trying to put that into you. But you want to act like a damn fool and not take the wisdom and the knowledge and the advice and the guidance from the people who brought you into this world. You have no honor for them. You are disrespectful. Can you truly respect anything else in the world, including yourself, if you disrespect the people who brought you into this realm? Allah forbid. No, you can't. Thou shalt not murder. Of course. Now in the Bible it says thou shalt not kill. Well, in that case, then we will probably starve to death because you have to kill a plant to eat it. You have to kill an animal to eat it. So, unless we're fish, and we can purely survive strictly off a liquid-based diet, then, the definition, the word here, the translation should be murder. Thou shalt not murder. And what is murder? Murder is taking the life of someone who did not deserve their life taken. That did not do anything to cause their life to be taken by somebody else. They did not violate. They didn't do anything. They were innocent of any type of violation to receive this dramatic punishment of murder. Thou shalt not murder. You don't murder any. You just go around killing folks because you feel like it, because you got an attitude today, because somebody pissed you off, because you didn't like your upbringing. You don't like your life. You didn't like the color they had on. You ain't got no money. You need some money. You hungry. Whatever the case may be, you're not supposed to just go around murdering people, exterminating people's lives because you feel like it. Where's the love in that? There's no love in that. That's just pure wickedness. And if you live in a black community, you know that this is going on all the time. Murder on top of murder, 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 murder. Murder on my mind. Blah, blah, blah. All in the music. Murder, 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 murder. Just and most of the time, the people who are the victims of these, criminal homicide, situations within certain communities and in countries and all over the place. I mean, it's just murder is everywhere. War and for what? It's just the act of murder is the worst thing to do in this life. Is murder someone. It's the worst thing to do. It opens up the gates of hell right here on earth. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Neither shalt thou commit adultery. What is adultery? What is adultery? Well, adultery is a woman sleeping with another woman's husband or a man sleeping with another man's wife. That's adultery. Taking someone else's chick. Smacking cheeks with someone else's man. Is that respect? Is that loving your neighbor as you love yourself? Is that even loving yourself? To degrade yourself to the point that you have to steal somebody else's person. How can you have confidence in your union with someone, and this union is supposed to be out of love, this marriage, this togetherness, and you can't trust that this person is not going to go sleep around on you because they feel like it? Knowing how much you love them, knowing that you want them and only them, they go sleep with somebody else. Or somebody come and try to force their way into your situation, sneak their way into your situation, Keep giving your girl a thumbs up. Every post she make, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hey, how you doing? Good morning, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he's in the house drinking coffee and eating eggs. You understand what I'm saying? Adultery is a terrible thing for the family. It's a terrible thing for a nation, for a village, for a tribe, where a man can't be secure with a wife and a wife can't be secure with her husband because people are out here deliberately trying to sleep with other people's persons. Isn't that what's going on today? That is the criteria of relationships, open relationships, the whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett situation. He going around smacking people because he's he's demasculated. Because of open relationships and adultery, it's just madness, man. It's madness, and it makes no sense for it to even be tolerated. It destroys a people, it destroys a family, it destroys a household, and ultimately, it destroys a nation. And in that, there is no love. When you can't dedicate yourself to one person. If you can't dedicate yourself to one person, how can you dedicate yourself to one God? Think about that. Neither shalt thou steal. That's self-explanatory. Don't take something that ain't yours. Why are you taking from people? Robbing people. Because if you steal, you kill. Because you might kill somebody for what they have. Why are you stealing? Why are you robbing? Why? You shouldn't have to. If people had love, you shouldn't. There would be no suffering in the world if people love one another. If you don't have, and other people do have, why aren't these people helping? Why aren't they helping? Why aren't they contributing to those who don't have? Being that they were blessed by Allah to have. They only receive so they can give. but they receive with an open hand and never reopen their hand to give to anybody. So this selfishness can cause people to take what they feel they need, and majority rather take what they want, because a lot of us have what we need, but it's our desires of want that causes us to take what is not ours. Neither shall thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Lying. Don't be lying on people. Where's the love in lying? You sitting here making up crap on folks. Where's the love? There's no love in that. You just lying. Your lies can cause a lot of problems for that individual or individuals. You just lying on folks, just making up crap. And most of the time it's going to be negative. Nobody lies in a positive form for the most part. Most part is negative lies. Do not bear false witness. Do not, claim that this individual is something that you don't know about. You're claiming that this person is a bad person. This person is a wicked person. This person is this, is that. And you really don't know. You assuming, you're going off assumptions, you're looking at I don't like him, he probably a thief, probably this. You don't know. If you don't know, shut your mouth. Because you start talking about somebody's business that you really don't know about, guess what? That's lying. Because you're just bringing up false information that has no validity to what you're claiming. Like, come on. Stop, don't be lying on people. Point blank. Where's the love in that? Where's the love in lying on folks? Lying to folks, on folks. It's terrible. And it causes a lot of problems, confusion, and wickedness, and sin, and it's disgraceful. And you have habitual liars. I hear people that just lie for no reason. They lie so much, they don't even know they lying. They lie so much. It's just a part of their vocabulary. It's that bad. Some people. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, adultery. Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, his maidservant, his manservant, his ox, his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. Meaning, do not want, as I was saying, most people steal because of their desires, not for their needs. So you see somebody driving around in a BMW, they want a BMW. But they don't want to work for their BMW. They're going to take your BMW because they want it. They're going to steal from you. Big corporations take, wanting other people's things, desiring another person's lifestyle, items, will cause you to do all types of unloving wickedness to complete that goal of having someone else's life as your life instead of living your life. You rather look at somebody else and want to be them, want to drive their cars, want to live in the same house they have, want to look like them, want to dress like them, want to talk like them, want to live like them. Like you just want to be somebody else. They got something, you want it. And now you're doing all type of stuff to get it, to look like them, to wear the same chain. That's a terrible thing, to live your whole life in the image of someone else, in the desire of someone else's life. It's tragic. You don't love yourself. Desiring someone else's life and items and whatever they have collected within their life, whatever they have, you want it. That means that you hate you. You don't like your situation. You're not thankful for what Allah has bestowed in your life. because you want their life. And what would you do to get it? And if you can't get it, where's that going to go? Envy? Hate? And what would you do when you start envying and hating people? Are you going to start lying on them and making up stuff? Trying to demonize them? Trying to put a stain on their name because you can't be like them, because you can't have what they have? Would you kill them? Would you take it? Would you steal? See how all that rolls? One sin rolls into so many others. But with love, that wouldn't exist. And basically, those are the commandments. So if you look at all the commandments, it's really the foundation of Allah is based in love and respect and honor for yourself, first, for God Almighty, for yourself, for your family, for the people, your neighbors, the strangers among you, for your animals. Love and respect all things. And it gets deeper within this book. It talks about having respect for the plants and the trees and the land. And it goes deeper. It's not just about respecting humans and animals, but it's respecting all of life. Because Allah created all of life in love. He wanted it to love. So that's within the Bible. In the Quran, love is everywhere. It talks all about loving Allah, all about that. But I just wanted to read one ayat. I just wanted to read one ayat. Which means verse for those, who's not, as fluent in some of the words of the Islamic traditions. But this book is book 5, and this, let me see, it's called Al-Nisa. Al-Nisa. So in the Quran, which means recitation, Al-Nisa, or the women. So the women, basically the book is called The Women. And in the women, I want to go to one of the ayats, which is the verses, which says, this is book 5, verse 36. It says, serve Allah and join not any partners with him. Now, we read this in the Bible, too. Do not put any other gods before me, okay? So do not join any partners with him. And do good to parents, kinfolks, orphans, those in need, neighbors who are near, neighbors who are strangers, the companions by your side, the wayfarers you meet, and what your right hand possesses, for Allah loveth not the arrogant, the vainglorious. Meaning, be of a good person and show good deeds and do good things for people. Show love, basically. In the verse before that, verse 35 of Al-Nisa, book 5 of the Quran, it says, if ye fear a breach between them, I was thinking that was someone else, but excuse me. It's a good point, but not this point at this moment right here. But the point is, and within the Quran, it speaks about love and loving, other people and doing good deeds. And for the most part, why I brung, both books out is that both the Quran and the Gospels speak about a God of love and a God of compassion. compassion and a God of mercy. One of Prophet Jesus' greatest commandments within the Gospels is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Because truly, wickedness and sin in the evil way will dissipate with each and every person having more love in this world. And that's what we're missing. That's all we're missing. We're not missing religious denominations, or we're not missing new imams or new caliphs or the new savior. Who's going to be the savior? We're waiting for vengeance to come or Babylon to fall, or, we're not waiting for, that's not what the problem is. That's not what's holding righteousness back. What's truly holding righteousness back is the absence of love. And if we had more love for each other, then sin would not exist.